to keep your ideas coming, celebrating American workers for Christmas. I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 7, an increase in car break-ins, what law enforcement says you can do to stay safe. And the Salvation Army of Augusta asking for help before the holidays, how you can give a local child a gift from their Christmas wish list, as the News at 7 starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 7.
Well, good Wednesday evening to you. I'm Kim Vickers. Thank you so much for joining us. Our coverage you can count on begins with Grovetown Police warning you to lock your cars after a series of break-ins over the weekend. Graham Lee has more.
Chief Kitchens calls break-ins a crime of opportunity, saying it is normal to see an uptick around the holidays.
People know that folks are going out Christmas shopping. They may get home and not want to bring what they bought inside, till the kids go to sleep or whatever the case may be. So we have, I've been doing this almost 30 years. There's always an increase at Christmas time.
This most recent series of break-ins happening at the Creekside Trailer Park, just a few minutes from the police department. They are still investigating to find out exactly who committed the crimes, but Kitchens believes the break-ins were targeted.
Some of who we are looking at, I think Columbia County is looking at as well, so that shows clear coordination there.
The police chief says the alleged criminals were going into neighborhoods and pulling on car doors that might be unlocked, but they aren't always looking for Christmas gifts to steal.
If they want to hit a whole neighborhood, they're going to have a backpack on so they can throw cell phones or, whatever, or laptops or whatever in it. Finding a gun is, like I said, that's the icing on the cake for them.
Those who live in the area who do not want to go on camera say it is a valid concern. Kitchens is strongly encouraging you to lock your doors no matter where you are.
We had somebody say, well, I don't want to, if I lock my car, then they'll just bust my window and I have to pay for that. What I say to that is, well, when you leave your house, don't lock your front door because they're going to kick your door in. We're just going to keep pushing this out, saying, hey, please, and I know that all the other agencies in the CSRA are giving the same message, lock your car.
The city of Augusta sent out a similar message online earlier today reminding you to lock your car. Chief Kitchens says if you have a firearm and can't secure it inside your house, make sure it isn't in plain sight and inside a locked vehicle. An Emmanuel County man is in jail charged with 20 counts of exploitation of children. 19-year-old Jacob Fields is accused of possessing child sexual abuse material. An investigation into Fields began last week after a cyber tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Authorities say the investigation is part of an ongoing effort of several agencies to identify those suspected of child pornography. And it's not time now for a quick first check of your forecast. And here's Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci. Jenna, the sun was out today, but it wasn't warm and there was lots of wind.
Yeah, and we had a really cold start to the morning, Kim. Now, as we look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam, you can see it is a nice dry night. This is a view over in Waynesboro. But right now on our almanac, you can see that we started out our morning at 26 degrees. That's over 10 degrees below average. And then, like Kim mentioned, it was warmer today at 59, but the winds made it feel even cooler. Now, luckily, we are back to sunshine finally, and you can see it is a lot warmer than it was last night by a whole 14 degrees in Augusta. So that means tomorrow morning, some places will actually stay above freezing, so a big difference from how it was last night. Around the CSRA, we're seeing upper 40s to low 50s, 52 in Augusta, 51 in Saluda. Aiken, you're at the 50-degree mark. And we do have some clouds pushing through the CSRA, and that's because of a cold front. That cold front is also bringing us a southwest wind. That's what brought us the warmer temperatures this afternoon, and those winds are pretty gusty, currently up to around 20 miles per hour, even 21 in McCormick, and we do have some higher winds that are going to continue to push in later on tonight. You can see that red color there where the front is moving through Atlanta now. So for the rest of our evening, we'll be in the mid-40s, and then looking ahead, we're going to see those more mild temperatures move in this weekend, and I'll have more details on that coming up. Back to you, Kim.
All right, Jenna, thank you. The South Carolina Department of Public Health is now reporting 111 cases of the measles in the upstate, 27 of them just since Friday. The outbreak is contained almost exclusively to unvaccinated patients. Of the cases, 105 were unvaccinated and 3 were only partially vaccinated. One local doctor says the vaccine is the #1 way to stay protected. Those with the highest risk of contracting measles are infants, the elderly, and people who aren't able to take a vaccine.
With the measles vaccine, after 1 dose, you're considered is 93% effective. After 2 doses of the MMR vaccine, you're considered 97%. It's 97% effective. So it's a pretty effective vaccine.
There is your child are showing any symptoms of the measles, you're asked to notify your healthcare provider before going anywhere to be diagnosed. It will help keep it from spreading. Well, North Augusta is looking to buy land at Riverside Village to build a cyber office hub using state settlement money. North Augusta wants to use $15 million in settlement funds to build the facility. The site sits just west of the Center Street roundabout and could hold up to an 80,000 square foot building. The city would own it and lease it to cyber tenants. Environmental groups say paving over the remaining buffer could strain the pond's storm water system.
I don't think a giant facility on top of all the rest of them that are there is what that pond needs. But again, I think the bigger question is, what is North Augusta going to do when the rains come? How are they going to get rid of that storm water if the space that used to hold the rainwater is now all buildings? And I think the quick answer to that is increased flooding.
City leaders say this is the beginning of a months-long process with more public meetings and votes ahead. State leaders and industry experts say South Carolina is emerging as a global leader in the next era of nuclear energy. It comes as Santee. In Columbia, the Education Oversight Committee says the way the state funds teacher recruitment needs to change. Some leaders believe the current programs are not successful. Caroline Yaffa explains.
The committee says teacher recruitment programs cost a lot, but they've been producing very few certified teachers, so they want to shift funding to those programs that work.
Each one of these programs is good in theory. The return on investment is not where we would like it to be for us to continue funding the programs as they are.
After reviewing last year's data and program presentations, the committee was disappointed by the findings. The Education Infrastructure Authority had $67.2 million for teacher recruitment and retention, including $18.7 million for specific recruitment programs. But reports show out of 14 programs, only one produced promising results, and the other 13 only helped a total of 90 teachers and graduates.
Last year was the first attempt to try to cut any of the programs. We have been successful the past 2 years of kind of warding off adding any new programs because there's other ideas about how to recruit and retain teachers.
Representative Neil Collins said he would much rather see this money going toward increasing teacher pay. He says the numbers speak for themselves.
The best way to deal with it is through the budget bill, and just like we did last year, I think we can offer some cuts, and then if people want to discuss it on the floor during budget week, we can.
Staff says high administrative costs and low return on investment are the main concerns.
I got a call this morning. They said, you didn't include my teachers. And I said, well, how many did you produce last year? And they said 0. And I said, that's why I didn't include them. I mean, you know, it was like, and so therein lies some problems.
The committee recommends increasing funding only for Sarah Teaching Fellows program, which was the most successful program, producing 177 certified teachers and graduates in 2025. At the same time, they suggest decreasing $5 million for the National Board program. As for the 12 other programs, they suggest keeping the funding the same. In Columbia, I'm Caroline Yalfa.
The Trump administration is moving to a special guest visited the littlest patients today. The Coca-Cola polar bear made a guest visited the littlest patients today. The Coca-Cola polar bear made a stop at the Children's Hospital of Georgia. The bear brought care packages called Cheeriodicals for the children, courtesy of Coca-Cola United.
Well, it means a whole lot to us. You know, we're all about the community. Cheeriodicals is a corporation that pulls teams together for team building, and you know, it's a big day for us to be able to get out, volunteer, my entire team here, and just try to put a smile on these kids' face.
The Children's Hospital received 120 boxes of toys for patients. As the Salvation Army of Augusta prepares for its annual Angel Tree gift distribution, the organization is calling on the community to help with some forgotten angels. Francis Floresca has more.
Every year, hundreds of children are adopted through the Angel Tree program. However, many of those gifts don't make it back, leaving a gap for the Salvation Army to fill in the final days before Christmas. Yanalise Vialta of the Salvation Army says that nearly 1,300 children in the area are expected to receive presents this year. Some of these gifts include coats, science kits, and hats and gloves.
So typically, older children are the ones that are last to get adopted, and that's kind of who we ask folks to get these kind of supplemental gifts for. People love to adopt younger children, and that makes sense, but at the same time, there's a lot of older children in our.
These forgotten Angel Tree tags can be found throughout locations across the CSRA. Those participating sites can be found on our website, WJBF.com. In Augusta, Francis Floresca, WJBF News Channel 6.
A quick reminder for those who are planning to ship out Christmas presents in time for the big day. For USPS Ground and First Class should be shipped by December 17th. Priority's deadline is December 18th and Express is December 20th. For UPS, their second day air's deadline is December 22nd, and next day air can be shipped out by December 23rd. And for FedEx Ground, 3 days should be shipped out no later than December 19th. The 2-day can be sent out no later than December 22nd. And for their next day air by December 23rd. Coming up, new laws in Georgia in January. We're taking a closer look when we return.
Happy Hump Day, Georgia. I'm John.
If you've been in an accident, please call Mike Costello Law Firm.
Welcome back. Starting in the new year, Georgia residents will see some new laws take effect. Olivia Yepes highlights some of the upcoming changes.
Some Georgia drivers may have to get more careful about where they park their cars. A new law will allow private property owners to boot trespassing vehicles in jurisdictions that allow it. However, owners must post warnings. And while it could be a problem if your car is booted, a new law is allowing folks to prepare for a different kind of disaster. Starting in January, all Georgia taxpayers will be allowed to create a catastrophe savings account. Accounts are limited to one per person, but allow saving in preparation for disaster-related losses. And some other important laws, the State Ethics Commission will not accept any complaints about candidates or campaigns within 60 days of an election. Local officials will also be required to send campaign and finance reports to the commission. And an increase in notice for Georgia insurance policy holders before termination at 60 days instead of 30.
And the new catastrophe savings account law just mentioned allows every taxpayer to create an emergency account at their bank. The money earns tax-free interest, provides deductible contributions, and can be used towards disaster damage repair.
Dusty winds tonight with a brief cool down tomorrow, but those temperatures will become more mild as we head into the weekend. I'll have your full Vapor 6 forecast when we return.
This is our call to inaction.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful Wednesday. Here's a live look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam in Aiken. It's a dry night and it's chilly, 52 degrees with a southwest wind of 5 miles per hour. Dew points are low in the 30s, so even though we're watching a cold front, it's not going to bring us any rain chances. We have a lot of dry air in place, but we are seeing a little bit of cloud cover moving into the CSRA because of that front. There it is, moving into our northwestern counties now, bringing the clouds and then notice some rain up to the north of us and even some snow showers. So the winds are breezy today. We're seeing winds gusting up to 21 miles per hour in McCormick, and then you can see higher wind gusts indicated by the red color here around Atlanta and North Georgia. So we will still have the possibility, especially in our northwestern counties, the chance of seeing 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts the rest of tonight. So just be sure to secure any loose objects, bring the trash cans inside, and tie down any Christmas decorations, since it will be breezy until around 1 o'clock in the morning. But the winds will settle down by around 7 a.m., only up to 7 miles per hour. So temperatures will start to drop once the winds become lighter. So we'll be at 34 at 7 a.m. and then low 50s in the afternoon. Here's our futurecast tonight at 9 p.m. Cold front across the CSRA. Clouds clear for the most part overnight. Just a few lingering into our Thursday morning. Now, we're not expecting any
comfort, bring joy, save big. Lazy Boy, long live the lazy.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful Wednesday. Here's a live look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam in Aiken. It's a dry night and it's chilly, 52 degrees with a southwest wind of 5 miles per hour. Dew points are low in the 30s, so even though we're watching a cold front, it's not going to bring us any rain chances. We have a lot of dry air in place, but we are seeing a little bit of cloud cover moving into the CSRA because of that front. There it is, moving into our northwestern counties now, bringing the clouds and then notice some rain up to the north of us and even some snow showers. So the winds are breezy today. We're seeing winds gusting up to 21 miles per hour in McCormick, and then you can see higher wind gusts indicated by the red color here around Atlanta and North Georgia. So we will still have the possibility, especially in our northwestern counties, the chance of seeing 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts the rest of tonight. So just be sure to secure any loose objects, bring the trash cans inside, and tie down any Christmas decorations, since it will be breezy until around 1 o'clock in the morning. But the winds will settle down by around 7 a.m., only up to 7 miles per hour, so temperatures will start to drop once the winds become lighter. So we'll be at 34 at 7 a.m. and then low 50s in the afternoon. Here's our futurecast tonight at 9 p.m. Cold front across the CSRA. Clouds clear for the most part overnight, just a few lingering into our Thursday morning. Now, we're not expecting any fog tomorrow morning like what we had today. Also not expecting any frost because the winds will help to prevent that. High pressure is going to be moving into the southeast, and it will be beautiful and sunny both Thursday and Friday. Now, we're going to have a series of additional cold fronts move through. Notice this one Friday evening and then another one up to our north and west. So that's going to really play a key factor in the temperatures over the next few days. Ahead of the fronts, we're going to be warming up thanks to that southwest wind. 65 will be our high on Saturday and then 59 on Sunday. So not too cold by any means, but we are going right back to the frigid temperatures like we had over the weekend and earlier this week. 44 will be our high temperature, not the low, but the high on Monday. So around a 20-degree drop off, but notice it's really just a couple days of the cold. We're back to near 60 by next Wednesday. Now, low temperatures are the big story here, though. We're going from 40 on Sunday morning to around 22 both Monday and Tuesday, so well below average, and unfortunately giving us that threat of a hard freeze. So it's important that you even remember to protect the pipes because they do tend to freeze when we see temperatures in the low 20s or especially upper teens. If your pipes are typically sensitive to this type of cold, be sure to keep this in mind. Once again, it's Monday and Tuesday of next week, and Monday morning is when we're actually going to see the wind as well. So that'll make it feel more so like around 15 degrees when you're headed out the door. But for all our warm weather lovers, look at this from December 18th through 24th. It looks like we're warming up a good bit. So we will possibly even have some high temperatures nearing the 70-degree mark, but that's in around 15 days from now. You can see over the next 10 days, high temperatures are going to warm up a little bit to the mid-60s by the middle of next week with some slight rain chances.
All right, Jenna, thank you. Well, for the 21st year, Fort Gordon is spreading holiday cheer. Trees for Troops helps military families get a Christmas tree for the holidays. Today, Gay's Christmas Tree Farm loaded 28 trees onto a FedEx truck to head to the post. Sponsors had the option to pay and leave a message on the tree for the military families to see.
Each family is going to be a recipient of that tree, and it just kind of warms your heart to know that someone's going to get to enjoy that tree for the holiday season. And, you know, like I say, and they've given sacrifices to be away from their families, loved ones. So it's just again, that's just a small token of appreciation that
Tomorrow, starting at 1 p.m., trees can be picked up at the Barton Field parking lot. This year, families will need to lift and secure their own tree into their vehicle. Trees are limited to active duty, dependents, and retirees only. Coming up in North Carolina, an escaped inmate found in a car. We'll have that story up next.
At Hardee's.
Well, coming up, artificial intelligence making a reality show. We'll have that story after the break.
It's the busiest season of them all.
Well, coming up, artificial intelligence making a reality show. We'll have that story after the break.
It's the busiest season of them all.
Well, if you hate AI and reality TV, what if I told you about a show that combines both? Check out the world's first AI reality TV show. It's called Non-Player Combat, and it's made by a company called AI-mation. The story is about 6 contestants who are on an island trying to kill each other. That sounds joyous. For a cash prize. So it's like Hunger Games mashed up with Survivor. The first 2 of 4 episodes are online now. That seems a little much for me. I wonder how graphic that is. I don't know that I would.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little, skeptical of anything AI, to be honest with you. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
That's what I was thinking. I just try to stay away from AI as much as possible. I try to pretend it doesn't exist.
I mean,
honestly.
and you can't have a reality show where people are trying to kill themselves in real life. So
Right.
I guess that would be the only way to have a reality show like
True.
that.
Which that's a good point. Well, our 10-day forecast showing that big cool down coming our way Monday morning, 22 both Monday and Tuesday morning. But lots of sunshine to look forward to, Kim. I'm so glad we're done with the cloud cover.
Same, and most of the rain. It's very cold for rain. All right, well, that's all our time for now. We'll be back again tonight at 11. Entertainment Tonight is next. Have a great
The
holidays